Hey there, hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to explain how I earn affiliate commissions selling digital products in 4 simple steps. All right. It's nothing fancy. It's nothing glamorous or groundbreaking. It's not sexy. All right. As a matter of fact, I would even go as far as saying it's probably boring, but guess what? It works. Okay. I'm not the first to do it. I'm not going to be the last. All the biggest marketers they probably use some variation of this overall framework because it works. And it's simple, okay? It's all in keeping with the KISS principle, right? The KISS as in keep it simple. Stupid, right? It's basic, right? Nothing new here, right? Now, before we go ahead, if you would like detailed instructions showing you all the technicalities and technical steps and, like how to actually implement this, what tools to use and all that type stuff, check out the first link in the description below this video. It will give you access to some training that will show you how to do this stuff, right? In this video, I'm basically just going to explain the overall framework so you know where to go, or at least have an idea of how to get started with this. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right. So step number 1. All right. It's all about getting traffic. All right. You need eyeballs on whatever it is that you're promoting. Without traffic, you have nothing happening, right? You need people to see whatever it is that you have to offer. It's the same reason you see people like big companies spending millions just for like a 30-second slot on a Super Bowl, right? For a Super Bowl commercial. You need people seeing your stuff, okay? And when it comes to getting traffic for our purposes online, there's 2 ways you can go about it, right? You can either pay for that traffic, right? You can either pay for traffic whereby you don't have to go through the trouble of, doing all the things that you would have to do in order to obtain the traffic organically, right? So the other option would be to get the traffic organically where you're not spending your money, right? You're not investing money to get that traffic. So it's one of those 2 things. That's the first thing you're going to have to decide, whether you want to pay for the traffic, right, with money, right? So you get a front seat. You're just basically jumping to skip the line, get a front seat, and get in front of as many eyeballs as your money can buy, okay? Keep in mind that if you do decide to go that route, you really need to know what you're doing, because you could lose your shirt, literally, if you don't know, if you don't know the mechanics of how to run paid ads profitably and all that type of stuff. So it's really something that you really need to. I wouldn't advise or encourage beginners or people getting started to just go straight into paid ads, right? It's good to go the organic route. That's the other way, right? Getting traffic for free. The only difference, I say it's free. What I mean by free is that you're not spending money to obtain this traffic, right? Because you're still going to have to pay for it with your time. All right. As a beginner, as someone getting started, I would encourage you to go the organic route, just starting off, because it will give you a feel for what it looks like, like performance wise, what your ads look like, the ads that you create in order to attract people to your offers and all that type of stuff. And then from there, you as a beginner, you'll start to learn and see what are the type of things that make people tick, that make people respond, react, and all that. And then from there, when you have a decent idea of what works, you can use that now to get into paid ads, right? At least you have some kind of background, some kind of insider knowledge that you otherwise would not have had if you just went straight into paid ads, okay? So those are the 2 things, right? Those are, you're going to have to decide where you have to go for traffic. And there are so many different places, right? There's so many different ways you can obtain traffic, whether you're going the organic route or paid route. And it's going to be primarily, you want to go with social media traffic, right? There's so many different platforms. And, so this, like right now I've listed 10 that you can go for. And these are kind of in order of, efficiency, I would say, right? So as you would know, like YouTube is one of my favorites, right? So YouTube is one that I'm actively using, but all these 10 that I'm going to list for you are not necessarily ones that I'm actively using right now. But I'll let you know if it is one that I'm using. So YouTube for sure. Okay. Instagram is phenomenal as well, right? I'm using that. Threads, Instagram Threads, Threads is basically an extension of Instagram. I'm using that as well. TikTok, same. Facebook, right? That's another. Facebook is another place, right? For whether it's for organic, right? All these that I'm listing are going to have organic traffic. Some of them do not have an option to go for paid traffic just yet. Like something like Threads, there isn't an option to pay for traffic just yet. So what did I mention? Yeah, so I ended on TikTok, Facebook, right? That's 5. There's Pinterest. You're going to go paid or organic there. LinkedIn, same, paid or organic. Snapchat, right? Lemonade is one, and X. And then another place that I used to use quite a bit, which I haven't used in a while, I probably should go check it out again after a while, is Quora, which is a question and answer website. Okay. So those are all, and Quora, I believe, also has paid and organic. So those are 10 different places that 10 different platforms that you can go to get traffic, all right? But if you're a beginner and you don't know, you have no clue, and you're just literally getting started, and you have no clue, like, as far as like what would be ideal for someone getting started, I would suggest maybe something like Instagram, Threads, and TikTok, right? Because the means of getting traffic is relatively simple, right? Even YouTube, because now YouTube has short form content, right? That's the reason why I mentioned those, because they are big on short form content, which doesn't take as much, as much effort as, let's say, a long form YouTube video like I'm doing right now, right? If you're someone who's just getting started, you don't really know what's what, and you're still learning, it's going to be easier for you to produce short content, right? These are, videos and content that are, less than 3 minutes, and in a lot of cases just 1 minute. Sometimes there are 5 to 7 second videos that you can do that people are doing extremely well with, right? 5 to 7 second videos with just text on them. So those are all great ways to get traffic. So that is step number 1. All right. Step number 2 is going to be sending that traffic that you get to an opt-in page, okay, where you can collect emails, right? This is one of those steps you'll see a lot of people may skip, and I've been guilty. I was guilty of this earlier on, just because for whatever reason I felt like it was probably too complicated or too difficult. For the longest time I ignored it. I was aware of it, but I just did not get into it. And I would highly encourage you to make sure, like, do everything that you can to not skip that step, because what a lot of beginners, and I still see it now, a lot of beginners, what they're doing is they will get their links to whatever it is that they're promoting. If they're promoting as an affiliate, or even, and keep in mind, this stuff applies as well to even if you have your own product to promote, right? A lot of times people will use these platforms to get traffic, and then they're sending the traffic directly to the offer. Okay. Now, the downside of this is that when you do that, a lot of people are not going to see your offer for the first time and just purchase. Okay. You will have a fraction of people that will do that, right? Especially if you've amassed like a following of, on the various different social media platforms where people they're getting to learn about you, like basically get to know, like, and trust you, right? And the more they see your content, right, the more likely they are eventually to, to purchase whatever it is that you're promoting, even if you have not collected any emails or so. But like I mentioned, the downside of this, most people seeing your stuff, they're not going to buy right away. And collecting emails, what that does is it gives you the opportunity to reconnect with these people more frequently, okay? And it's, usually when it takes a visitor or a lead that could eventually turn into a customer, it takes like 6 to 7, 8, 9, 10 points of contact with you before they actually make the purchase, right? So if you're not collecting emails, they may see your offer and then never see it again, especially if they don't decide to follow you or if they don't stay with you. Whereas if you collect an email, you have the opportunity to continue reaching out to these people, right? Via email, right? And sending them back to your, your content that you create on social media, or sending them to offers, promoting multiple different offers and all that type of stuff, or helping them building relationships, getting them to answer, answering their questions, stuff like that. So it's a really, really important step, right? Collecting emails. It's something that the earlier you can start doing that, the better, okay? Because you're going to help yourself build a foundation for your business long term that, if any of these social media platforms were to go away, your business does not crumble overnight, right? Like instantly. You still have that email list of customers that you can still reach out to and direct them to whichever new social media platform that you went to, for example, just because the one you were using previously just got taken down for whatever reason. All right. Now, moving on to step number 3. Okay. You need to sell something, right? And ideally, you want to sell something on your thank you page. Now, what's your thank you page? That is the page that people see, the very next page that people see once they've opted in to your email list on your landing page, right? Now, there's 2 schools of thought here. I know there are some people, like a lot of people would advocate that you don't sell anything on your thank you page because it comes across as if you're selling right away, right? Like you're just pushing for sales instead of focusing on building more of the relationship, right? Which would lead to, the theory is that it would lead to more sales, down the line, because you're building more of a connection and trusting, getting people's trust earlier on without trying to sell something right away. Okay. There's that school of thought versus the school of thought of, you should sell something right away, because that is a missed opportunity, right? If somebody is opting into your email list and because they've expressed some kind of interest in whatever it is that you're talking about promoting, then there is a high likelihood that they might actually be interested in purchasing whatever it is that you are, actually selling. Okay. And this is especially true. And I'm of this school of thought, right? I would look more on this. I lean more on the side of actually looking to sell something on that thank you page, right? And this thank you page could be, when someone opts in, you can just send them directly to the offer that you're promoting, or you can create a page where you're actually welcoming them, introducing yourself, and and then you have a button at the bottom of the thank you page that then leads them to the offer that you're promoting. Now, forget everything that people will tell you in terms of like, you don't have to sell per se, right? But at the end of the day, I don't care how you slice it, right? Even if, people will tell you that, oh, you can make money without having to sell anything and all that type stuff. And they're saying that you're basically not literally being the salesman yourself, right? That you're just basically leading people to the offer that you're promoting and let the offer page do the selling. All right. But I don't care. At the end of the day, you've got you are, even if you're not literally selling the thing, right, you are recommending it, whatever the case is, you are ultimately selling that particular product. Because in order for you to make money, right, money has to exchange hands, right? Money has to exchange hands. If money doesn't exchange hands, you don't make money, right? How does the money leave from someone's pocket and then get into your bank account? It requires you to actually sell something, okay? It requires you to sell something. So you need to get out of the idea of thinking that, oh, I don't want to sell, I don't want to come across as salesy and all that kind of, yeah, you don't have to come across as salesy, you don't have to like sell like blatantly and all that type of stuff. There's subtle ways to do it, but the point I'm making is that at the end of the day, there is something that you are going to have to sell on that. And it doesn't have to be on the, like I said, I would, the way I do it is I actually do it on that thank you page, right? But then even more, and even with that, right, there's only going to be a certain percentage of people that buy from you on that thank you page. Okay. It's a small percentage actually. And you want to especially do this if you're running paid ads, because when you're running paid ads, the biggest thing you want is to try to break even on the front end. Ideally, if you can be profitable right on the front end, that's great, right? But really the point of this is to cover the cost of your advertising as soon as possible, right? By promoting something on that thank you page. All right. But that's especially true. You really should do that if you are using paid advertising. With organic traffic, you have a little more leeway. So, I mean, you're not as pressed to cover some major costs or anything like that. But still, I see it as a missed opportunity. So that is why I choose to promote something on my thank you page. And then lastly, step 4 is writing emails. Okay. You can do this weekly. You can do this daily. And this is to the email list that you built, right? The email list that you built when you're collecting emails. Essentially, with all the different social media platforms that you're using, the aim should be to get people, you create your content and all that type of stuff, but the aim should ultimately be to get people onto your email list so you can further communicate with them, further help them, ultimately sell something. Okay. So let's not pretend here like, we're marketers, right? We're looking to make money, whether it's an affiliate to help another business generate sales, or whether it's with your own products that you own. We're promoting, marketing products, right? But the key to all of this, right, is to make sure that you're promoting and marketing good quality products, right? Products that will actually help people. The last thing you want to do is to fall into the trap of selling stuff that is of no good, no quality, right? Because that's the quickest way to damage your reputation or to lose the trust of the people that do follow you or that do enter your email list. Because guess what? If you sell something that turns out to be absolute garbage or crap, which I've experienced that multiple times, you think they're going to want to buy from you, or you think they're going to want to trust your recommendation again in the future? Probably not. Okay. So at the end of the day, whatever you're doing, make sure it is something like, if it's something you're promoting, make sure it's something that you would buy yourself, right? Like, make sure it's something that would actually help to solve the problem of whoever it is that has raised their hand coming to you, right? Metaphorically speaking, for help. Okay. So that's the thing. Focus on selling quality products, right? And you want to build a reputation on that so that in the future, whenever it is that you do recommend stuff, people are more likely to buy. And now you do this, again, there are various schools of thought here, right? People would suggest that, if you email every day, it's too much, or that you should only, but you should only email like maybe once every other day, or once every 2 days, or once every 3 days, or once a week, 2 times a week, whatever the case may be. That is going to be a decision that you have to make, right? Based on what you're comfortable with or how much content you're able to provide. But I will tell you this: the more emails you send, the more money you're going to make. It's just, it's just that simple. I've experienced, I've seen it for myself, right? That's just the bottom line. Sure, are you going to end up losing more people more frequently because they feel like they're getting too many emails from you? Yeah, probably, that can be a likely scenario. But then again, if you are providing lots of value in the emails that you send, you will have people stay on. And I know this from personal experience, right? As a customer, I'm not even talking as a marketer. There are people whose lists I'm on that email every single day, and I actually genuinely look forward to receiving their emails, despite the fact that they're emailing every day. All right. So, and how, and what is it that is, what's the thing that makes me look forward to these emails is the amount of value that is provided in those emails. I know that there's always something in there that I'll get to learn, some kind of insight that that I'm not privy to, right? But it's like, I feel like I'm getting, I don't know, like a cheat code almost, like behind the scenes from, especially if it's someone that is more advanced than you are, right? So focus on making sure that you're providing something that is of that is of quality, right? Value to the end customer. Okay. So that's basically it in 4 basic steps. All right. Those are the 4 basic steps that I follow to generate affiliate commissions. And this works across so many different niches. Okay. Like, I've had success doing this in, like in the manifestation niche, of course, the make money online niche, which is, the digital marketing, affiliate marketing, right? And weight loss as well. Interestingly enough, those are like 3 major, like really huge niches that, if you don't know where to go, where to start when it comes to picking a niche and all that type of stuff. And, those are 3 niches that you generally can't go wrong with in terms of them being, ones that are proven to work, right? Ideally, you want to go into something that you have personal experience with, like the more experience you have with a particular niche, the better you would be at delivering whatever message it is to help convert sales and all that type of stuff. But anyway, those are niches that I've used, and like even I was going to say numerology, but that still falls under I was gonna say falls under manifestation, but or the spirit. Anyway, I guess you can call it New Age, spirituality, whatever the case may be. But this is proven, tried, and tested. Like I said, it's used by all the biggest marketers you can think of, even the biggest companies, right? Like the biggest companies you can think of, they're always looking to collect emails and make and send you offers and all that type of stuff, right? So it works. Like I said, it's not sexy, it's not glamorous, it's nothing groundbreaking, it's not fancy. It could be borderline boring depending on how you look at it. I find it interesting. It's sometimes it is fun to write the emails and see how they perform. That kind of stuff I find interesting or exciting anyway. But it works, okay? That's the basic framework. You don't need to go, like everything that I've shared here does not need to be any more complicated than this. If you're looking to just make your first dollars online, just follow these 4 steps. I'm telling you that it works, okay? You just have to just focus on making sure that you follow it through till the end until you generate sales, right? Because this works, okay? Now, like I mentioned, I've explained it in this video, right? If you want actual details, steps and processes and like how to do this and that, what tools to use to accomplish all these things, check out the first link in the description below this video. It will give you access to some training that will show you how to do all this stuff that I just spoke about, all right? And if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, put them in the comment section below. I will be sure to answer. And I thank you ever so much for taking the time to watch this video, especially on an evening like this, on a Saturday evening. If you are watching this early, right? You could have been anywhere in the world doing whatever the case may be, but you're here with me chilling, watching my video, and for that I am grateful. Thank you ever so much for taking the time to watch, and I will catch you in my next video. Ciao.